This is me. I just climbed 3 flights of stairs and already out of breath. But honestly, it's not surprising. Since moving to the USA last year, I have been pretty sedentary, averaging only about 4,300 steps a day. That is a problem. Research shows that a sedentary lifestyle can significantly decrease your life expectancy. And the more you walk, the better protected you are against various diseases. Even walking as little as 4,000 steps a day can have a huge impact on your health. In fact, even at 20,000 steps per day, the health benefits only continued to increase. So armed with this knowledge, I've decided to take this on as a challenge. 20,000 steps a day for the next 7 days because we want more benefits. I want to see how increasing my steps affects various aspects of my health, from weight and body measurements to several health markers, mood, overall energy levels, blood pressure, sleep and resting heart rate. I will be tracking it all. For day 1, I decided to do a little experiment. With an average daily step count of 4,000 and a target of 20,000 steps, I needed to figure out how much extra time it would take each day to cover those additional 16,000 steps. So I hopped on the treadmill and set it to a brisk pace. But within seconds, my little legs couldn't keep up, so I quickly adjusted it to a more manageable speed. After 30 minutes, I was at 4,300, and then it hit me. At this pace, I would need about 2 hours of continuous walking to reach the step goal. After an hour, my feet seemed to have taken a beating. It was a perfect time to take a quick snack break because I also got hungry. And it seems like my body was also expressing my subconscious frustration with the challenge. At the hour-and-a-half mark, nearing 11,000 steps, I was struggling. My feet, my calves, they actually felt like boulders. As I approached the 2-hour mark, I was nearly at 14,000 steps. Despite my efforts to finish this as fast as possible, I just couldn't maintain the pace. After what felt like an eternity, with bruised feet and the type of exhaustion that I've never felt before, I finally hit 16,000 steps at 2 hours and 34 minutes. But even that might not be accurate considering my unsustainable speed at the beginning. After realizing I couldn't achieve all my steps in one session, it became clear that my sedentary habits throughout the day was the issue. I needed to find ways to increase my step count without hour-long walks each day. While I consider myself moderately active, outside of my gym sessions, I wasn't moving much. Reviewing my yearly standing average confirmed this. It was clear that my sedentary tendencies had become a part of me, and without actively addressing them, we are bound to continue the same actions over and over and over. I always knew that I wasn't moving much, but I didn't think it was this bad. Now I can do something about this. Every morning, my day kicks off with a familiar routine. Wake up, grab my phone, and scroll mindlessly. With this challenge, there was an opportunity to make changes. Instead of starting my day with faster screen time, I decided to habit stack. This makes a new habit easier to remember and make a part of your routine. So when the alarm set off, I grabbed my phone as usual, but this time, I quickly got up before I could change my mind and headed straight to the treadmill. This shift will allow me to kickstart my day on a positive note, getting through the small tasks like messages and emails while also increasing my activity level. And as we discovered yesterday, one area needing improvement is increasing my movement throughout the day. So I broke down my day into 1-hour blocks, each followed by a short break to combat prolonged sitting. This is a well-known recommendation I've heard before yet never acted upon. So now's the time. By the end of the day, I was at 13,000. So I rushed to the treadmill and pumped out another 80 minutes. At 11:56 p.m., I was at 19,000. I walked as fast as I could back and forth. But midnight struck, and I didn't make it. And to make it worse, my foot was rebelling.
That's why you're feeling all that pressure.
It was incredibly painful to walk. I don't think I will be able to finish this challenge. I woke up the next day exhausted beyond means. I know that this much movement is new to me, but the fact that it's affecting me this much is probably not a good sign. I tested my feet and they seem up for another day of pounding the pavement.
Holy moly!
I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror and boy, was I having a good day. This is the leanest I've looked in a while. By 10 p.m., I was finally getting ready for bed, but then I found out I was only at 17,000. Even though I was dead tired, I refused to give up.
I'm really closing my eyes already.
We're taking the stairs. Why does that happen?
I need to know what are the effects of increasing my steps. So I pulled another late night, hobbling because my blister decided it was ready for round 2. I am definitely going to have to plan better because this is torture, and in no way is it adding to a quality of life. The first 3 days didn't go according to plan, so I am getting up an hour earlier today. I have always put it on my checklist to upskill each day, but if I'm being honest, compliance is at an all-time low. So, podcast and a walk it is, plus I also get some sunlight. 3,000 steps, and it's only 7 in the morning. That felt really good. I can see myself doing this. So that's what I did for the rest of the days. With all the new habits I've worked to implement, I was hitting 20,000 easy. I noticed consistent drops in scale weight each day. There were also noticeable changes in my measurements and physical appearance. So if your goal is to improve how you look, walking can be a great addition to your routine. But I don't want to stop here because health to me is beyond the physical. We all witnessed how I started this challenge fresh. However, as the days unfolded, I felt more like a zombie each waking morning, and this feeling was pretty consistent throughout the week. During the day, I was usually overwhelmed, always feeling behind on how much more I had to keep moving on top of the demands of daily life. But what started as overwhelming and stressful started to become manageable with careful planning and routine adjustments. I finished the challenge experiencing sustained energy up until the evening, where usually I would just be so done with the day. There were also interesting changes to my sleep. My sleep duration improved. I hit the peak of my heart rate dip during the challenge, and even if my resting heart rate didn't seem like it was doing any better, after the challenge ended, it continued to drop, which could mean that all the walking improved my cardiovascular fitness. For my blood pressure, there were improvements during the challenge, but it increased again approaching levels observed before the challenge. So it seems that if we want lasting benefits, we will need to continue regular physical activity. Overall, many health markers improved in just 1 week. So imagine what one can achieve doing this for longer. But I'm gonna be real. After this challenge, I won't be aiming for 20,000 steps anymore. It's just not sustainable for my lifestyle at this moment. And it just wasn't enjoyable to walk for hours and hours. But here's what I did learn during this challenge. It's not about hitting a specific step count. It's about finding those little tweaks to your lifestyle that allow you to move a little more each day that actually make life better. These are the real game changers without it causing stress. And I'm really, really excited to keep implementing them. Because here's the thing, every extra step we take, no matter how small, makes us healthier. I cannot recommend walking enough. It is free, it is accessible to all of us, and it truly makes a world of difference.